Today we're in the mountains of Appenzell, in the stunning alpine scenery of green mountains but also very dramatic rocks. Right in front of me is a chapel that's been here since the 1600s and an altar that sits inside a cave. And behind me there's a place to have some wonderful food in one of the most picturesque spots ever, where you can grab a bite to eat and a drink that refreshes you. We're about to go on a long hike through some pristine nature and down to a wonderful lake, so come along with us on this very cool trip.
In this episode, we will discover the stunning Alpstein mountain range in the Appenzell Alps. After leaving our car in Wasserauen, we took a ride with the cable car up to Ebenalp, where we started our hike. A walk through a cave took us to the stunning Ascher Inn, which sits right next to a steep rock face and offers fantastic views down into the valley. After passing the Altenalp Inn, we followed the increasingly challenging trail to the Mesmer Inn. From there, we hiked down into the valley, took a break at Lake Seealpsee before finishing our tour back at the car park. If you would like to go on this hike in the summer months, especially on weekends, be prepared to start your day stuck in traffic like us. Even though the main car park was already completely full by the time we arrived, we were impressed by how well organized the people here were and how quickly they reacted to the traffic jam that was building up. After only about 10 minutes, they simply opened up one of the pastures where we were able to park all day long for just 5 francs. From the car park, it's a short walk to the cable car station. A one-way ticket up to the Ebenalp will set you back 24 francs per person. Round trips are just 2 francs more. The views from the top are sensational, across the green valleys all the way to Lake Constance in the distance. On the day we were there, weather conditions were perfect, and we saw loads of people going paragliding. The Wildkirchli Cave is just a short hike away from the cable car station. Archaeological evidence suggests that these caves were inhabited by Neanderthals as far back as 40,000 BC. In the 1600s, hermits settled in the caves who lived in the cliff face in houses like these. They took care of the unique Wildkirchli Chapel, which became a popular pilgrimage site. This chapel must have one of the best views in the world. From the chapel, a wooden boardwalk leads along the rock face to the Ascher Inn. This is one of the oldest mountain inns in all of Switzerland. Back in 2015, the inn was featured on the cover of National Geographic's book Destinations of a Lifetime. When we visited, the place was jam-packed with people. So we decided to just grab a sausage and continue on our way. From the Ascher Inn, it takes just over 2.5 hours to hike to the Mesmer Inn at the far end of the valley. A small portion of the trail goes through patches of forest, but for most of the way, you're out in the open. Considering how hot it was, we found the lack of shade pretty exhausting. What we loved were the views of the mountains all around us, and of course, the views down into the valley towards Lake Seealpsee.
The scenery along the trail is becoming more and more dramatic. Just look at these clouds moving in, look at these very jagged peaks, and down in the valley, just off to the side, is beautiful, pristine Seealpsee, where we'll be going later. And those mountain huts you can see in the back, that's where we're heading now.
The Altenalp Inn is roughly the halfway point on the way to the Mesma Inn. If you're after a cold drink, look no further. From here, the trail gets quite a bit more challenging. The terrain gets steeper and we needed to cross fields of scree to get past the jagged, rocky Steckenberg. You might find the stretch of trail difficult to navigate if you're not good with heights, because there's some steep drops off to the side. Where the trail is particularly close to steep drops, there are handrails you can hold on to. And then, after what felt like a long hike, we could finally see the Mesma Inn just in front of us. We couldn't wait to sit down and have a rest. A much-deserved beer and an apple strudel, which cost us a crazy 24 francs. From here, it takes a little over an hour to hike down the steep trail to the Seealpsee. Along the way, we came across a herd of goats that were walking along the trail and who loved being petted. The last stretch of the trail towards the lake is almost flat. We just caught some of the last rays of sunshine.
We've been hiking for hours, and to be honest, we're both pretty exhausted now, but we finally made it here to Lake Seealpsee. And the scenery, the view, and the water, all of that makes all of our efforts definitely worthwhile. And look at this, it's a beautiful spot to jump in and cool off.
The Seealpsee is an absolute gem. The water is clear and cold and is known for its excellent quality. As we were walking the last few kilometers back down to the car park, nature put on one last amazing display with a magnificent sunset over the Sintes, the highest mountain in the Alpstein range.
Thanks for watching.
If you enjoyed this adventure, don't forget to give us a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button so you never miss out on our next epic travel journey. Let's discover the world together, one amazing destination at a time.